You know, today I got a show for you guys today that you definitely want to stick around for. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now, today we're going to be talking about Draymond Green and Kawhi Leonard. Depending on when you're seeing this particular show here, right, we're going to be talking about Draymond Green and Kawhi. Why? Because Draymond Green was on an interview with Taylor Rooks on Bleacher Report where he said that he believed that Kawhi Leonard won some Defensive Player of the Year awards over him unjustifiably. He deserved to win those awards over Kawhi. I call BS on it. We even put up a poll on our channel where we asked people, between these two players, who's the better defender? The 2,500 people that voted on that poll, about 75% of them are saying that Kawhi Leonard is the better defender. But then some people are like, no, you a Kawhi Leonard fan, you a Clipper fan, all of these different things. And then it reminded me of a time back in March 2021 where Draymond Green came out and said that he views himself as the greatest defender of all time. And I remember when that topic was brought to the desk on Undisputed with Skip and Shannon. And I vividly remember Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayliss laughing Draymond Green's argument out of the studio and basically listing 20 players plus in NBA history that are better defenders. So for those of you who missed Skip Bayliss and Shannon Sharpe basically roasting and toasting in that segment, we want to play it for you now. It's a little bit long, but it's hilarious. And then we're going to come back and react to it. Let's get into that.
Shannon, does Draymond have a case?
Yeah, and he should be thrown in jail. They should put a case. They should have put a case on his butt for saying that out loud. Skip, Draymond Green is not a top 20 defender.
All time.
Yeah. And Skip, and the guy that I got in front of Draymond, I didn't put Mr. Russell, Bill Russell. I didn't put Havlicek. I didn't put Clyde Frazier because I didn't see them play.
You didn't put Bill Russell?
I didn't put him because I didn't see him play.
You got to just do it on reputation, on legend.
Skip,
go ahead.
Is he better than Hakeem Olajuwon, David Robinson, Dwight Howard, Dikembe Mutombo, Tim Duncan, and Ben Wallace?
No.
Okay, let's go forward. Dennis Rodman, Kawhi Leonard, Scottie Pippen, Kevin Garnett, Bobby Jones. He better than any of those.
I can't believe you put Bobby Jones in there.
I remember Bobby Jones.
Thank you. All right.
Okay, let's go guards. Is he better than Michael Jordan, Gary Payton, Kobe Bryant, Sidney Moncrief, Michael Cooper, Bruce Bowen, Alvin Robertson, or Tony Allen? So which one of those guys, Draymond Green, is better than? That's 19 guys.
You got 19 there?
That's 19.
Okay.
And I left off Mr. Russell. I left off Havlicek. I left off Clyde Frazier. And he says he's the greatest all time? But Draymond on Flocker. He ain't even smoking that good stuff out here. He on Flocker. He crazy. Right.
Okay. They did miss him.
Yes.
But does that make him top 20 all time? No. To your point, I think I can go to 25 pretty easily.
Well, see, you probably saw. I know you saw John Havlicek and Clyde Frazier play. I didn't.
Okay.
But they were better than he was.
I've seen a lot of Draymond Green. And there was a reason that he was the 5th pick in the second round, not in the first round, but in the second round. He's not an explosive athlete. He is highly skilled. And I think what he was trying to say in the clip we just saw, he does it with his mind even more than he does his body because he tries to be in the right place at the right time. Right. And I give him high marks for that. But as far as dominating a game defensively, again, you're not even in the same breath. Let's just start with this fact. He has won one Defensive Player of the Year, just one. Okay, let's start with the fact that Dikembe and Ben Wallace won 4.
Right.
So right there, I don't. You put Dikembe in?
I put Dikembe in, yeah.
Okay, so that's 4. So no. Dwight Howard, all-time great, won 3 of these awards.
Consecutive.
Okay. Now let's go to 2-time winners. We got Hakeem that you put in. Did you put Kawhi in?
I put Kawhi in.
Thank you. Alonzo Mourning won 2 of these.
I forgot Mourning.
Okay. He won 2. Rudy Gobert has won 2. Sidney Moncrief won 2.
Yeah, I put him in there.
2.
Yes, with Milwaukee. I remember Sidney Moncrief.
Mark Eaton won 2 Defensive Players of the Year.
I didn't put him in there.
And Mark Eaton's like 7'4".
He was, yes.
So it's hard to argue with 7'4" because he just dominated. He just blocked everything you wanted to throw up in the lane. Okay, now we go back to your list. And let's start with the guy who took first exception, who is Tony Allen. I just want people to remember, Kobe Bryant always said, my toughest defender was Tony Allen.
That's good enough for me.
That's all you need.
That's good enough
Case
for me.
closed. Next question. Okay, so then Bill Russell, listen, what he did to Wilt Chamberlain, we know the Wilt numbers, right? They're ridiculous numbers. They're so off the charts that you can't even fathom that he could average that many points and that many rebounds, right? Bill Russell terrorized him when they met head to head. Just terrorized him, owned him psychologically and physically.
Skip, you listen to the guy that tormented your Bulls. Is he better than Dennis Rodman?
No. And by the way, I left him out. He won two Defensive Players of the Year. Okay, now back to the Bulls I covered in 1998. I definitely give you Scottie Pippen as all-time great, top 20. But listen, Michael Jordan, top 20. He's in my top 10.
Yes.
I don't know if people understand how he just annihilated guards on defense, where he just took people out of the game, where you couldn't get the ball across half court against Jordan or Pippen.
For a guy to play to be that involved defensively and give you 30 on a nightly basis, we don't see that, Skip. Normally, guys that are really good defensively, they're challenged offensively.
All right.
And that's what Jordan could give you. Skip, Gary Payton. Is Draymond better than Gary Payton?
No, I was about to get to my Spurs because David Robinson and Tim Duncan, way more valuable on defense than Draymond, who's about 6, what do we give him, 7 maybe?
Yeah.
6'6", 6'7".
So you heard what they had to say. Is this comedy hour? Is this Saturday Night Live? Like, are we serious right now? In my personal opinion, Draymond Green is one of the greatest defenders of all time. But come on, stop that. Like, let's just stop. Let's just stop. A lot of those dudes that they were naming on those lists were not just asked to play defense and just defense alone, which shows you just how talented and how much better they were. Because imagine if all you asked those guys to do was just play defense. Imagine if that's what you just asked Kobe to do, who made 9 all-first defensive teams and 12 total. Imagine if that's what you asked just Jordan to do, or that's what you asked Kawhi Leonard and that alone to do. Kawhi Leonard was winning defensive players of the year out of the wazoo when they told him, yo, Kawhi, just play defense. But then they went into the playoffs and said, okay, play defense and offense. You gonna tell me that Draymond Green is a better defender than Hakeem Olajuwon? Like, what are we on right now? Is he better than Kevin Garnett or Tim Duncan? What are we on? What are we on? So I know there's some Draymond supporters and all that, but we got to stop that. Draymond is not a better defender than Kawhi. I'm sorry to give it to you like that. He is not. He is not. Kawhi Leonard is a better on-the-ball defender, and he's just as good a help defender. Have you seen Kawhi Leonard play off the ball and in the passing lanes? Do you know that Kawhi, if I'm not mistaken, Draymond Green led the NBA in steals. One time, I believe Kawhi Leonard did it as well. So I don't know where people are getting this from. If you want to pull up Draymond Green footage, I can pull up Kawhi Leonard footage as well. They're both elite defenders. But to me, Kawhi Leonard is better. And Draymond Green is not a top 10 defender of all time. You could make a case for that for Kawhi Leonard on the perimeter. You could. If we're talking about some of the greatest wing defenders, you absolutely could. And there are a lot of players I'll put ahead of Draymond. We got to stop that. Like, I know some people like Draymond. He talks a lot, whatever. But come on, this is too much. And I think Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayliss were 100% justified for laughing him out of the room. 100%. If we look at Draymond Green's, all defensive selections, overall, he's made He's made 7 all defensive selections. Kawhi Leonard has made defense alone. He's made 1. He's made 7. And some of the stupid arguments that people are on there making, well, Draymond has played more games. So how is it possible if Draymond has played more games and made less defense, or did they've made and Kawhi Leonard and Draymond have made the same amount of defensive teams? So what does that tell you? Shouldn't he be making more than Kawhi Leonard? Imagine if Kawhi played as much time as let's stop. Please, let's stop.